You have decided you need life insurance. Good. Here's the strange part nobody warns you about. The policy you actually need is simple and it is cheap. But the moment you try to buy it, someone makes money by talking you into something complicated and expensive instead. So the real skill is not buying life insurance. It is buying the right policy without getting upsold into the wrong one. You met Marcus last time, 34, married, 2 kids, a mortgage, and the only paycheck in the house. He ran the numbers, and he needs term life insurance. Now he has to actually buy it. And this is exactly where a simple purchase gets turned into an expensive mistake. Follow Marcus through it, and you will not make the same one. Quick note, this is decision math, not financial advice. Your price varies by age and health, so see a licensed agent. Start with the number that reframes everything. A healthy 35-year-old can buy a $500,000 policy level term for around $25 a month. That is less than most streaming bundles. Term life is one of the cheapest things you will ever buy, which is exactly why the upsells exist. Nobody gets rich selling you a $25 product. Buying it right is 4 steps, and none of them are hard. 1. Lock your number and your term length before you talk to anyone. We built that number in the last 2 videos. 2. Get quotes from several insurers, not just the first one, because the same person can be priced very differently company to company. 3. Answer the health questions honestly. Lying to save a few dollars is how a claim gets denied later. And 4. Buy plain level term, where the coverage stays flat, not a decreasing policy and not something bundled with extras. And here's where that comes from. Now the 4 upsells that will come at you, and why to pass. 1. Whole life or an IUL pitched as an investment. It bundles insurance with a savings account. The returns are weak, the fees are steep, and Marcus just needs protection. 2. A return of premium rider that promises your money back if you outlive the term. It sounds free. You pay a lot more for it. And you would come out ahead investing the difference. 3. Accidental death add-ons. They only pay for very specific deaths, so they are cheap for a reason. And 4. Mortgage protection instead of real term. It costs more and it shrinks as your loan does. Here's the size of that first upsell. For the same $500,000 in coverage, a whole life policy can cost around 15 times what term costs. $25 a month becomes closer to $400 for a product Marcus does not need. That gap is not buying him more protection. It is buying the agent a bigger commission. Sourced, as always. Quick pause. If this is helping you keep a few $100s a month in your pocket, hit subscribe. It is the honest math, no fear selling. Okay, back to Marcus. One real decision in the process, the medical exam. A policy with a short medical exam, blood, and a few measurements almost always gets you the lowest rate. A no-exam policy is faster and easier. You can be approved in days, but you usually pay a bit more for that convenience. If you're young and healthy, like most term buyers, taking the exam is worth it. If you need coverage in place fast, or you truly dislike needles, no exam is a fine trade. So where does Marcus actually buy? 3 good doors and 1 to avoid. An online marketplace lets you compare real quotes from many insurers in minutes, which is the fastest way to see the honest price. An independent agent does that same shopping for you across companies, useful if your health is complicated. Or you buy direct from a single top-rated insurer if you already know who you want. The one to skip is a captive agent who sells only one company's products because their job is to fit you to their shelf, not to find your best price. As always, straight from the source. So here's Marcus, done. He bought $500,000 of 20-year level term for about $25 a month. He compared 3 insurers, took the medical exam, and politely said no to the whole life pitch, the return of premium rider, and every add-on. His family is protected for the price of a couple pizzas a month, and he did not overpay for a single thing he did not need. That is the entire game. Buy the simple thing, refuse the expensive thing. That is how you buy it without getting upsold. But the purchase is not the finish line. There are a handful of mistakes that can quietly void the payout your family is counting on, even after you have paid every premium on time. That is the next video, and it is the one you really do not want to skip. It is right here. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.